You own your podcast. All right. Dear Billy the Dilf. This is from a female fan. That's a dad I'd like to fuck. Look at me.
Yeah. She'd like to fuck you. That's cool.
That's cool. Every once in a while, I get a little nod. I am a soon-to-be 24-year-old lady. I said lady because my eyes go faster than I'm able to talk.
Lady Majora.
Lady from Serbian part of Bosnia.
Whoa.
And Herzegovina.
Oh, wow.
That's Eastern Europe, everybody. I am currently studying economics in Vienna, and I am so sad I missed you in January, one of my favorite gigs I've ever done. I'll definitely be back because I had to wait for my visa to approve back home in Bosnia. Hope you'll come again sometime. I definitely will. I've been waiting to write in for quite some time because I think I have the perfect opening greeting because you are a DILF. This is fucking bizarre. I'm already saying this is bullshit. This is a guy from Transylvania writing this in. You are actually my father's age. Gross! This is getting more... Okay, I have no father issue at all. Oh, none at all.
Oh, yeah.
If you were wondering...
He thinks she doth protest too much.
I just think you're really handsome. Who knew? That's where... If you go to Eastern Europe, I'm actually a good-looking guy. Good evening. My question is, are you going to Wimbledon this year to support Novak Djokovic? Have you ever watched him play? Yes, I've watched him play at Roland Garros, the French Open to us Americans. He will probably be in the final again this year, or so I hope. He has had one of the best comebacks in the history of tennis, going from an elbow injury to number one again since last year. All the best to you and your family. Well, you know something?
Like she brings your family into it.
Yeah, I'd like to bang you in front of your wife. All the best. P.S. When you were on Conan, you said you were coming to Bosnia as part of your European tour, and you weren't.
Oh,
well, I must have fucked up. I think I meant Boston. I thought that would be something you could chime in on. All right, let me do something else here. Okay.
Well, you know what I was just thinking about? I was hung up on the fact that she was born either right after or at the height of that war, that like really intense war in Bosnia.
Yeah, I got a little intense with the genocide and all that.
It did. And here she is now a grown woman.
Didn't Clinton lob a couple bombs over there because he was trying to get the blowjob heat off of them? Dude, they're fucking animals. They're all animals, other than Jimmy Carter.
But here now
I like the first George Bush, too.
I love Jimmy Carter, yeah.
Jimmy Carter's a great guy. George Bush was a fucking pilot in World War II. There's nothing not to like. Other than that, you had an actor. You had the boss's son. You had a horny jerk-off from Arkansas.
What do you know what? You've been getting a lot of letters from women, which is great, and I know you're excited about that. But the last few you got, the last one was kind of like, it was hard to even figure out what it meant. It was so...
yeah, that happens a lot. Well, if you listen to me read out loud, it's hard to figure out what I meant, so that's my audience. That's what I have no one to blame but myself.
Right. Well, you can't shit on them because they're your fans, too.
Oh, they shit on me all the time. Billy Bumballs. All right. Glad you're enjoying being a dad. Mine's 5 now. The only times I reacted with other kids were, all right, 1, my kid's mate was blasting my boy in the face with the super soaker, so I took it out of his hand and blasted him in the face till he started crying.
Jesus. What?
I know. You shouldn't do that, but I understand. Chris Rock, I understand. And 2, some bigger kids were playing football next to my toddler. The toddler playground, and they kicked the ball over the fence, so I picked up the ball and threw it as far as I could.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, this guy's got issues. I used to play in goal, so I knew how to throw it. After they asked where the ball went, they went off looking for it. They never came back.
What?
Love from London.
Oh, he's like a hooligan.
Oh, football. He's talking soccer. He played goal, so he did the fucking...
Yeah. I know how to do it, these little fucking cunts. They never found the ball again. They deserved it. Well, it's a bit like what you're dealing with on the playground with that. That's such a funny story when you caught under your breath. You called the kid a fat fuck.
Oh, you fat fuck. Oh, yeah.
And then his friend was watching you.
Yeah, stared at me. Then he talked to me.
Yeah,
and they both looking at me.
I know. That made me laugh so hard.
Standing there with a big dumb mustache. Yeah, it was bad.
Imagining those two little kids. It's probably the first time they heard an adult call them a fat fuck. I'm guessing.
Wasn't my prouder moment.
Yeah. But, I mean, what do? You want to defend your sweet little daughter. I mean, it must be...
Yeah, dude. I got to tell you, like, the craziest thing about becoming a parent is that day when you realize, they're old enough and you suddenly feel like that being needed is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to satisfy your own ego, this person needs me. It's just like, whoa, like
That's a lot of pressure.
I have a responsibility.
Yeah.
I have to be here. So,
holy shit. I hung out with my friend's kid, not like separate from their parents. And I noticed we were doing bits together. It felt so good making this kid laugh. Oh, it was the fucking best. And it started to advance. This thing, she would be on the couch and I was down on the floor, and then she would get off the couch and I'd start going up on the couch. And it was this back and forth, and then she'd go halfway and I'd go halfway, and it was making her laugh so hard. It felt so good. And I started to see the evolution of her sense of humor a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that must be a thrill to watch her discover comedy.
No, she has a ridiculous sense of humor.
I bet.
Like she gets like in like a mischievous way if she doesn't do what we say. Mm-hmm. She thinks it's funny, and then she also can hear tone when I'm being serious. Like, if she doesn't do something that I wanted to do and I think it's funny, I just go, hey, and then she runs away and it's funny. But you got to be careful with that, because you got to make sure they also know when you seriously mean something. Because then if they go outside, because they go outside and they're walking towards a truck, and you're like, hey, stop, and they're like, ha ha ha, and they keep, you got to watch out. Yeah, like I have, the Stephen King has nothing on a parent's imagination of a fucking horrible shit that you can think. Let's read one more and then we'll be done here. All right. Okay. Ford versus Ford. By the way, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, what a thrill.
Ford.
That sounded sarcastic, but no, oh, what a thrill.
I can tell how fucking excited you are. You've been a little nervous here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, you've been a little like. You're definitely showing the podcast too much respect here.
No, it's deserved.
All right. Ford versus Ferrari. Not to say that your performance suffered before you get in your actor head here.
Oh, God.
All right. Hey, Billy Butt Plug. When you were talking on your last podcast about how dominant Ferrari was at F1, it reminded me that the trailer for Ford versus Ferrari just came out, which may interest you. I heard that's incredible. It stars Matt Damon and Christian Bale. I'm in. And it's about the story of Ford trying to engineer a car and find a driver to beat Ferrari at the 1966 Le Mans, which I know how that ended. Would like to know how wet this makes you. Gross. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. I don't even know if that's still in theaters, but that's a big fucking baby boomer, super rich guy car, is to buy one of those Ford GT from the Le Mans. I had it as a kid. I had it like at the toy car. Uh-huh. I had all of these guys like Jackie Stewart's Elf car, the blue one, the Johnny Player Special. I had all of these race cars when I was a kid, not knowing who these people were. And then later in my adult life, I got into racing, and I went back through the history, and I was going like, I had that guy's toy. I mean, I knew of Jackie Stewart, but anyways, that's a whole nother tangent here. And my kid gets up in like another hour. So I got to wrap this up.
Man.
All right.
Oh, man.
I got to tell you, dude, if there's no other person I would want to wade through the gay pride parade at 95 degrees with than you, dude. I got to thank you for all your seasons of absolutely fucking brilliant work.
I love doing it. I fucking love doing it. It's such a fun character. We should record more in person, because I miss doing that. I miss being...
Yeah. Well, if we can ever get Sam to get out of the fucking house, that agoraphobic lunatic.
That fucking Oscar-winning...
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
Great.
But I think we got a couple of Oscar winners at this point.
Yeah, is Laura Dern? Did she? She's got it. She must have something.
She's been nominated. I don't know if Golden Globes. She's got all that stuff.
Yeah,
she has that, and also everything. She has that ability. Everything that she picks is always amazing.
Yeah, and I love Vince's character on it.
I know.
I've been really enjoying that, because when you record them, you don't really get to. I don't always read the episodes. I just go, which is embarrassing to admit. I just don't read my stuff. But I also, as a fan of the show, I like waiting for the episode to come out. I fucking love Vince's stuff. So fun, man.
All right. Well, season 4 should be coming out. I don't know, probably the beginning of next year. They renewed us pretty quick this year, so we cranked them out. Actually, I got to go home and fucking edit one of the animatics. My favorite thing.
Oh, really?
Editing. Yeah, I hate it. But I do it. It's a labor of love. All right, Justin Long, everybody, has his own podcast called
Life is Short.
Where can we see it?
Apple, all over. Apple, Wondery.com.
Wondery.com.
Life is Short.
What do they call the Apple Music thing? iTunes.
iTunes. Oh, God.
See that?
Oh boy, it's like the blind leading the blind.
You really
here.
are 41.
Yeah.
I never. The first time ever you looked 41 on the Apple thing. It's a fruit.
It's
pear.com.
The World Wide Web there.
The World Wide Web. All right, Justin, thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy.
And good luck to both of us getting the fuck
back.
out of here.
Oh my God.
All right, buddy.
Oh, dude.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry. I feel like
I
was
shouldn't have
rambling.
said that. I shouldn't have said that.
What? I'm
I
going to
can
get
tell.
him.
No, I tell you. I meant to say you had a nervous excitement about doing this.
I do. I
I
did.
could tell when I did the. You're watching the Monday morning podcast. I'm listening to it, and I could feel you being like, he's saying it. He's saying that thing.
Yeah. It's funny. I had that reaction. Yeah, it's weird when you know something so well, and also feeling like you must get this all the time.
That happened to me the first time I ever did Howard Stern. I did Howard Stern in the early 2000s.
Oh wow.
Because I opened for Dave Chappelle.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. All right, we owe you a margarita. We're going to go get you one.